Hello and welcome to this video, guys. In this video, we're going to be developing film using this guy. This is the AGO film processor from Vintage Visual. Full disclosure, I did reach out to Vintage Visual about testing this out, so that's how I got my hands on it. And in return for them sending it to me, I will be making a video. Today will be more of a first impressions video rather than a full review, but that video is coming into the future. So these are the things that Vintage Visual sent me. We have the AGO film processor, and then this is the Real Paper 5. This is actually for RA4 darkroom handprints. That's the main reason why I reached out to them, is because I wanted to test out this combo for doing darkroom handprints, but the Arista RA4 chemicals have been out of stock and are still currently out of stock for quite some time. So today, we're going to be developing C41 color negative film with the CineStill C41 kit. So while today I'm just developing C41 color negative film, I have ordered ECN2 chemicals, and I plan on ordering the Arista kit when it arrives or becomes in stock, as well as black and white film chemicals and E6 film chemicals. So pretty soon in the future, I'll have a lot of videos about developing various types of chemical processes and develop, the film for those different chemical processes using this. So if you're interested in seeing more content and more information about the AGO film processor, feel free to subscribe so you know when those come out. So without further ado, I want to do a quick unboxing of this, see what comes in it. I'll mix some chemicals and then we'll start developing some film. Here we go. I kind of reached out to Vintage Visual at a bad time because if you've seen my channel in the past, or if you watched any of my videos, you would see that I'm in a different location. My wife and I just moved across the country, so I've actually had this processor for like coming up on a month now, but I haven't been able to shoot any film or obviously develop any film because we've been in the process of moving. So yeah. Anyways, more videos to come. First impressions. I mean, this looks pretty sick. Let's do the obligatory peel. Get it close to the mic. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. That's not too bad. Let's open this up. There we go. Look at that. Okay, sick. 2 reels. This is actually like the exact thing that I started with when I started developing my own film. Just like a small Patterson tank. This is kind of nostalgic. Okay, well, first impressions, it's really, really well built. It's really solid. I did mention that I haven't shot film in a minute, so when am I gonna develop? I have this bag. It's been sitting in my film fridge for probably a couple years minimum. I don't even really know. A lot of these rolls, I don't actually even know what's on them. A lot of them I shot when I started shooting film, so kind of have a general idea of how old they are, but again, I have no clue what's on them. I've been letting them sit out and warm up a little bit. So we're going to pull a couple of rolls and shoot them, because if somehow I manage to mess up or destroy some rolls, it's okay because I don't even know what's on these in the first place. Before I get started, I want to note one quick thing. This is the funnel that came with the AGO film processor. And as you can see, there are 3 holes in the bottom. Lining that up to the bottom, because for those that might not know, these 3 notches have to be, or these 3 holes have to be at the very bottom. Looking at it from this angle, as you can see, that little metal thing right there, that's the temperature probe. If I had to guess, it probably has something to do with that, but that's one of the features on the AGO film processor that, in my opinion, makes it so special, is you have the ability, or it has the ability to adjust the time of your chemicals based off of the temperature of those chemicals. I should have practiced this more. I mean, I really didn't practice this at all. Oh, geez. Okay, I think we're about ready to go. I do want to say, excuse the audio. My window is open because of the chemicals, so you might hear some cars driving by, but it should be okay enough. I'm going to put the gloves on, and I think, well, I'll put the gloves on in a second. But I think we're, yeah, like I said, pretty much ready to go. Let's go ahead and put this guy on. So let's mount this thing together. Like I mentioned earlier, there are these 3 holes that have been drilled into the bottom. Those need to be facing the bottom, again, because I think it's for the temperature probe. Not really sure. I'm going to use this guy to line these holes up in the middle. Okay, we're good. Line this up, the processor, attach, and then attach it. I don't hear a click, but I'm just gonna squeeze it everywhere as hard as I can. I think that's good. Okay. This can go over here. Go ahead and turn it on by holding it. There we go. It's beeping at me. Default programs. And then go down. I think this one is. Yeah, here we go. C41 Cinestill. Click this arrow. And there we go. I think first things first, I'm going to start with the preheat bath, which I have right here. I think that's just 1 minute. Do this so it doesn't get water everywhere. Okay, here we go, I guess. Oh, geez. Turned out a really bad job pouring that. Okay. 3, 2, 1. It's done. Okay, I actually don't know what it's doing. Wait, I actually don't know what it's doing. Okay. Okay, so to stop it, I just pressed the play button. That seemed to work. So now, we'll pour this in. Now it's going. Press the play button. Okay, I think I poured enough. There goes that. Oh wow, it's added a lot of time. Oh, okay, so I guess it's telling me that my chemicals weren't hot enough. It's supposed to be 39 degrees Celsius. It was 37 degrees Celsius. So it's actually added 55 seconds of time. Let me get my phone out and let me show you that so you can see that. Oh, so it says my chemicals are actually now 36 degrees. That's what's saying right there. It's supposed to be 39. And so it's added 55 seconds as of right now to this. That's pretty cool. And that's, like, honestly, like, the coolest feature about this system is, you know, in the past, whenever I was, sorry, hopefully the audio is okay with this. Anyways, I think that's one of the coolest things about a system like this is, you know, when I was developing my film in the past, if the chemicals had cooled down as, you know, time had gone on, you know, you're just going to get inconsistent results because this is not like a Jobo system or a large developing system where the chemicals can be kept at a certain temperature. If you're doing a standalone developing system like this, you know, the temperatures are going to cool down over time. So having something like this is honestly really nice to, again, just get consistent results every time. And so now I need to make sure, maybe my sous vide is bad. I don't know. I think my sous vide, the temperature on that might be off because, to be honest, I trust this more than I trust that off rip initially. So let's just put this back in there so the Blix stays consistent. And now it's actually adjusted by adding 1 minute and 19 seconds from the original 55 seconds that I added because my temperature wasn't hot enough. Okay, I'll do this. I'll pour the developer out. Probably should have had my Blix ready, but I got distracted. Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez, I'm spilling. Okay, note to self, only pour on the edges. I kind of panicked there, and I started pouring in the middle, and that caused a lot of splashing. So I kind of poured Blix all over the film processor. Jeez, this stuff stinks. I'm kind of getting a headache. You know what? Something that's nice about this is I don't have to be in the room. So I think I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes on my phone and then come back in 5 minutes because I'm kind of getting a headache in here. I've been gone for 5 minutes. I have 40 seconds left. And the AGO processor has added 25 seconds. And that is what is so nice about this processor, is I didn't like the smell of the Blix. It was kind of giving me a headache. So I just left my room for 5 minutes, and sure enough, it's almost done. That's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. I was able to go to the bathroom and get a snack. And yeah, so that's kind of sick. We have 10 seconds left, it just beeped at me. And again, it only added 25 seconds of additional development time to this. So now I have my water ready. Pause this. Yep. Just want to start getting some water in there quickly. Again, pour it slowly. So now we have the top of this says hypo wash on it because I was using it for black and white film, but it is stabilizer, so I need to change that label. There we go. That's exciting. This is my first time developing 35mm film at home in a very, very long time. Okay, this is the moment of truth. Cool. Okay, I got images on it. Open that up. Let's see what's on it. Yeah, I got images. And like I mentioned earlier, I haven't seen these photos. I don't know what's on these because these were just chilling in my film fridge for a very long time. So I don't even know what these are from, what camera I shot these on, what year I even shot these. So this will be fun. This will be fun to get the results and see what everything looks like. Go ahead and hang this. I probably should hang this in my bathroom because my room is probably a little bit more dusty. My studio is probably a little bit more dusty than my bathroom, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Plus, I'll turn the fan off because I don't need that on. I'll close the window and turn the fan off. How about that? Second roll also looks good. What the heck? I have like this, I think I might have forgot that there was film in here because it's like, I don't know how well you can see that, but it's just like the same frame over and over and over again. And then just a large section of nothing. Maybe I opened the back of a camera. Is what it looks like. It looks like I opened the back of a camera. Okay, so now that I've developed my first 2 rolls of film, what are my initial impressions of the AGO film processor? Like I mentioned earlier in this video, this is not a review and this is hardly a first impressions. I kind of want to just take you guys along with, my journey of developing my first 2 rolls of film with this and not really knowing too much about the system. I'm sure you kind of caught on, but there's a lot of times I said, I think this or I think that. I wasn't really too sure on how to use something like this, and I feel like that was kind of the point that I was trying to get across is the simplicity of a system like this. You just turn it on by holding it. You can do default settings. You have 3 things. It's default programs, custom programs, or settings. And all I had to do was go into default program, scroll down to Cine Still, and that's it. You just click start. And it just makes everything so easy. And that was, again, the whole point that I was trying to get across is this system made developing those 2 rolls of color film so easy. And let's be honest, it's not like developing color film or really developing film in general at home is a difficult task. It really isn't, but it's just this system makes it so much more simple and I think more straightforward, especially because it has this temperature probe that can adjust your chemicals for you, which you guys saw live as my chemicals were not as hot as they needed to be. And so with that, I was able to get very consistent results with my chemicals, and anytime I develop film in general, I will have consistent results as this can adjust for the temperature if it's not where it needs to be exactly. And I genuinely think this system, something like this, will allow me to continue shooting film going into the future and make at-home developing so much easier especially with the amount of flexibility that this system has. As you saw in this video, I was developing C41, but I've mentioned multiple times that I have many other chemical, formats and different types of film like E6, ECN2, black and white, and even RA4 handprints that I'll be developing and doing into the future. And so it's really cool that a system like this has so much flexibility and so much customizability for someone who is an at-home developer, I guess. It also really does help because it allows me to, turn around quicker. I can shoot photos and develop them all in the same day and even scan depending on what time it is or how late I want to stay up. But then it also can save money. I mean, this is definitely an investment. This is not a cheap product, but it is a product that if you are someone who wants to get into at-home developing, and you have the means to try out different film formats, different chemical processes, and you want something like this that can make your something like this that can make your at-home developing process that much simpler and that much more straightforward. I feel like I definitely have to recommend this. And you guys even saw there was a time I was developing the Blix, and the chemical smell was kind of giving me a headache. So I set a timer for 5 minutes and just walked out of my room. 5 minutes later, I came back, and I was able to just pour it out and go along and continue developing. So that is also a really nice thing about this, is once it's going, once you have the chemicals in and the timer is started, you don't have to stay here and babysit and do manual agitations or do any of the flips or the inversions. It's really quick and really easy. I also mentioned this earlier, but if you are interested in seeing more stuff about this, feel free to subscribe to the channel and follow along. So when the full review comes out about this, but then also other videos developing different types of film come out about this, because I kind of have the idea to, maybe not in every single video, but introduce a part of the video, whether that's like a long section or a short section, about developing whatever chemical process that I'm using. So if I have some cinema film, which I have in my fridge, I can develop using ECN2 and use this guy. And also, if you're interested in the hand printing video, that video will come out as soon as I can get my hands on some Arista RA4 chemicals, and that's going to be over there. Also, don't mind the room. There's like nothing on the walls right now. It looks incredibly bare. We moved here like 4 days ago, and I haven't had the time to set anything up because I've been trying to just like get my desk in my room set up enough so I can make this video. Side note, we moved to a suburb of Nashville. So if you are watching this and you are in Nashville and you want to meet up and take some photos, please hit me up. Maybe leave a comment in the description, a comment on this video, and or like shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'd love to meet up and get to know people in the community. So yeah, that's about it. If you guys have any questions about this system or about anything that I did in this video or anything that I mentioned in this video, feel free to leave a comment down below. I respond to every single one of my comments, and I read all of my comments, so I'll definitely see that. So with all that being said, if you guys liked the photos that you saw that I developed, if you liked this video, please consider leaving a like or subscribing to the channel. It does help me out a lot. We're on the road to 5K, which I'm extremely excited about. And yeah, if you guys liked, again, this video or the photos that you saw in this video and want to check out more of my work, I'll leave my Instagram on the screen right now, as well as a link to my Instagram and my website in the description below. So I think that's it. I think I'm done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.